So guys, just a short video. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all have a cracking new year. One of the reasons why I haven't posted any videos lately is because I've had a slight problem with the van. That being, I have an Orion XS and recently did a firmware update on it, which you would think firmware update from Victron should be perfectly okay. Should be no issues or anything like that, which I didn't think there was going to be any issues. So did the firmware update, didn't think anything of it. Went down to our daughter's, come back, just happened to check on the VRM portal just to check the system out, and I noticed that the DC to DC charger wasn't charging anymore, but I had a power drain, quite a bad power drain really. Took my battery down to 70% in a matter of days. So then I go back through all the graphs and all this, that and the other that you can view. I noticed my Orion XS had stopped working. So I posted the question on a few forums, and it turns out that if you have updated your Orion XS to version 1.07, you better update it again quick, because it bricked mine. Now I was really upset about this because I was probably one of the first ones to get one of these last year. I had to wait about a month for it to come, and it cost me a fortune, at least £100 more than what you can buy them for now. So as you can imagine, I wasn't too happy about it, but anyway, contacted Victron support last week and they got back in touch. Needed to do a few checks for them, and they said that they needed to have it back so they can check it, which is fine. Took it off, sent it back to them, not a problem. So the following day, got an email, it's knackered, completely useless, what you might call bricked. So in all fairness, it all got sorted out, and under the warranty I now have a nice shiny new one. So this took probably about a week to sort out, which I didn't think was too well, not a week should I say. I sent it on Tuesday. I got the new one back on the Friday. So I think that's pretty good going really. Can't fault the service. So I'm going to get this installed and give it a try. And the next firmware update, I'm going to wait. So we'll get this installed now. I'm not going to show you that because it's a really awkward space. Can't get the camera in. So I'll show you once it's all in. Right, it's back in. Now don't come at me for what looks like a mess in there. It's chaos, but it's organised chaos. It's up there. Now I know they're a bit close to the top, but I have a temperature probe behind it that's connected to my servo unit, which will operate this fan. I know it's only a little one, but it's enough to keep it cool. I've got two big holes up here. The door on this cupboard's vented. That goes up into the upper compartment where the rest of the Victron stuff is, and that's vented as well. So, like I said, it looks like chaos and mess, but it's a transporter. I don't have a lot of room, and the wiring is taking up two cupboards, and especially with this thing in. So now when you put these things in, you've got to do a mandatory firmware update, otherwise it won't let you continue. So I've had to do another firmware update. Luckily it's only 1.06. If it had been 1.07 I wouldn't have been doing it. But anyway, got that done. It's all up and running. All I need to do now is take the van for a run, make sure it's charging. Right, so it's the next day. I didn't take the van out last night because I got really cold. It's not exactly summer at the minute, so I'm going to take the van out this morning. At the minute the battery is reading 70%. Right, so we've been out for a few hours. As you can probably tell, it's dark now. It is now reading 84%. There we go. 84%, which isn't too bad. At least we know it's working now from 70. So I mean, the Orion doesn't show up on this at the minute, but I've heard there's a modification you can do to this software that's on here called GUI mods. As far as I can understand, that stands for graphic user interface modifications, which means it updates all that, which should show the Orion on this screen and the two temperature probes I have as well. One that is sat behind the Orion and one that is sat near my water tank. So I'll probably do that for you in a future video if you're interested.